Well, here we are back in the school garden, and we are going to give our rhubarb here a bit of a treat. I have to say that this rhubarb has been in a few years, and it is suggested that you should lift and divide rhubarb, once every 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. And that's been in there 10 years or more, and we've never divided it. Perhaps we should. I'm a little bit nervous about digging it up because it's right alongside this rather splendid palm tree. Well, cordyline. Is it a palm? Actually, in theory, it's not a palm, but we call it our cordyline palm tree. If you've got any thoughts on that, you can put your comments in the comments box on this here YouTube channel. But what we did a year ago, we had had fairly mediocre harvests during the spring, summer. And I was thinking, should we give up and start again? And I thought, no, I'm going to give it one last chance. So this time last year, I put some of this manure that we've got here. It says farmyard manure, but it's very, very well rotted manure, so it's not too strong. And some manure can be so strong that it actually can be almost damaging to plants, particularly the sensitive new leaves here. So I wouldn't advise using fresh manure, but this well rotted manure mixed with compost. I'm laughing because we've got some seagulls, and if you can hear them, who are arguing with me here. Not quite sure what they're saying. So we've got this lovely blended composted manure mixed with other organic materials. So we're going to use that because, as well as providing feed, that top dressing that you're going to see in a moment of organic matter will help hold in the moisture. And so that's the two elements that rhubarb will need to get good, big, strong, healthy stems, is plenty of moisture, because those stems are full of moisture and water, those big thick stems, so they're going to get very thirsty. And we have to remember, of course, that the palm tree is going to be taking some of the moisture. So we tried this last year, and we had our best crop ever, I have to say. Huge, great big stems. So we're going to do it again. First step, though, is to go around, and we're going to put this mound of composted manure all the way around in a big circle around that clump. So we've cleared all the weeds away. You can see where the weeds have been cleared, and there's our debris from the weeds there, which is going to go in our compost bin. That compost bin will be full of really good, rich compost halfway down there. So in a month or so's time, we'll probably be digging into that compost bin. But we are going to use farmyard manure because it worked so well for us last year. So let's get hold of that bag and tip it out. There we go. So you can see this is nice, crumbly, rich, dark, composty manure, which we are going to spread around here. This is not really anything like the the very fresh, smelly stuff. In fact, this has hardly got any smell to it at all. Have a sniff if you like. See what I mean? You couldn't smell anything, could you? So we're going to mound this up around here. I'm going to avoid putting too much on the actual crown, because I just in case it's a bit strong, I don't want to be scorching these fresh new leaves that are coming up. So I'm just going around the perimeter here. There we are. And that's really all there is to it. So the benefit of doing this is that it's going to provide lots of nutrients to feed and encourage that new growth. It's going to hold in some extra moisture. So that's going to, again, support that new growth. It also warms up the soil. This dark material absorbs the sun, but also the activity of all the microorganisms that are in here and are going to be thriving in this now organic rich soil. All those microorganisms, the activity of those will also help warm the soil. And yeah, we can't underestimate, and for me, I'm still getting to understand the importance of these microorganisms. And sometimes you can have nutrients in the ground from fertilizers, but you need the microorganisms to be working in a kind of a symbiotic relationship with the roots to help the roots to actually absorb the nutrients. So sometimes, especially with some of these man-made fertilizers, it can kill off some of these microorganisms, and then you've got nutrients, but the plant can't actually absorb as many of them as we would like. So doing it this way, we work and we kind of partner with nature so that the nutrients are there, but also the microorganisms are there to help the plant actually absorb those nutrients. So that's it in theory. I can tell you in practice last year it worked really well, and I guess I've had a report back in a few months. Where are we now? We're in early March. Let's report back in June, so in 3 months time, and we can see how our crop is looking. Is that a date? If you've got any comments, any suggestions, any questions, we'd love to hear it, of course, via our YouTube channel in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your garden.